We are live. We are live. Good evening. Thank you for joining us live or on replay for this first edition of Acanea Spotlight. My name is Acanea. I'm your host today, and welcome you to this first edition. Like I was saying, where Acanea is just thrilled to showcase the members, their partners in his community. And we just want to celebrate our members. We want to connect them with our audience. We want to promote their businesses. And last but not least, we want to amplify their voice in our community. So with that being said, I'll ask you to share the live with a fellow entrepreneur, share the live with an aspiring one. We want to make sure that everybody is able to catch us and join the conversation. And because, Acanea's mission is to educate, inspire Black entrepreneurs and professionals to excel into entrepreneurship, leadership, and we want to contribute to the development of Canada, the development of Alberta. So with that being said, again, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And today our guest is the Mandla Foundation. But before we start talking about the Mandla Foundation, let's talk about the face behind the Mandla Foundation, the woman herself, Miss Mireille Zatcha, that I'll bring onto the stage right now. Hello, Mireille. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. Hello, and how are you?
I'm good. Thank you for honoring our invite today. And I was saying that we couldn't afford to close the month of the celebration of the rights of women, the celebration of women, without shining the light on this remarkable woman, this rising star in the Francophone space, this rising star who's a recipient of few awards. We have to say it, right? A woman of resilience, a woman that is a mother of three, a certified mediator, an educator, an advocate of justice, advocate of diversity and inclusion. So that's a bit about Mireille, but she'll tell us a bit about herself, and then we'll take it from there. Take it away, beautiful. Go ahead.
Thank you, Sian. You said a lot. Yeah. So my name is Mireille Zatcha. I'm in Canadian, Afro-Canadian, originally born in Cameroon. I've been in Canada for quite some time. I'm a mother. I'm a teacher. I'm also the founder and the executive director of the Mandla Foundation.
Yes, right here. Let's just check it out here. If we can shine the light so you guys can see. Hold on, what's happening? Oh, there we go. So you can see the logo right there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Keep going.
Yeah, and like you said, my work as the executive director of the Mandla Foundation led me to being recognized in our community. Yes, 2023, I was acknowledged as a community leader representing Fort McMurray, my hometown. And in 2024, I was also recognized as a woman of inspiration.
Wow.
In our community right here. So, thank you.
Yes, the big woman. So now let's talk about the Mandla Foundation. That's why we are here today, to shine the light on the Mandla Foundation and to talk about business. So can you tell us a bit about what's the mission, what's the vision of the Mandla Foundation for our viewers who are maybe connecting or getting to know the Mandla Foundation for the first time?
Absolutely. But before talking about our vision and mission, I want just to say some word about how it came to be. Mandla's Foundation is an organization that was created after a tragedy. And my purpose in creating this organization first was to share Mandla's memory. Then we transited from that platform just to sharing her memory to providing services to our community here in Fort McMurray, but we are extending our services in Edmonton.
Awesome.
So our vision is to create a society where Mandla's legacy of community service and Social activism will continue to inspire youth, especially, but not just youth though, everybody. Because if
Okay.
with her story she can inspire people, then we can create our own stories to inspire others.
Awesome. Awesome. So how is the foundation impacting? You already said that some of the segment that you are targeting, the youth especially. So how is the foundation impacting your community right now?
As of right now, we are impacting our community focusing on certain population. For example, a couple of our programs are targeting youth, but also newcomers with the services that we are providing to them. We make sure that we are providing very low cost, very affordable services so that they don't feel overwhelmed by the financial pressure that that we all have to face, but especially as a newcomer, you don't have the means to afford certain things, for example the Chromebooks or the computers or the music instruments, and we know how important these are for children, but not just children, but everybody's integration in the educational system here, because those who are coming, they might not understand how crucial the technology is and how important and how so broadly used it is in schools, right? So we are offering this program where they can rent a Chromebook, very, very affordable, to go about their either business or studies, and to give it back whenever they are done using them, just like a library. And so does our program with musicians. We know the benefits that we have in music, but to be honest with you, as new immigrants, we don't always have the means to buy a guitar or a piano
Yeah.
or, what other instrument. And by offering this, we are hoping that those who come, whether they are young or just newcomers or parents that feel the pressure and they cannot afford, to just say, hey, I'm going to reach out to this organization, rent it for the time that we need, and then give it back when we are done.
Awesome. Awesome. I know that you also had recently Mandla Day, and I know that Mandla has been even proclaimed that there's a day that the community of Wood Buffalo is commemorating, and this is really huge, to have an impact like this in your community. Can you tell us a little bit more about Mandla Day, how it went this time for 2024?
Absolutely. We were, in this community, Mandla's impact is very huge. And since 2020, every year on March 22nd, we receive from the mayor of our community a proclamation stating that March 22 is Mandla's Day, encouraging youth to be involved in the community, encouraging social activism, and things like that. So we received that. And this year, again, we were fortunate to receive it from the mayor, Sandy Bowman. Um, every year on that day, we are organizing events in our community. One thing we are known for is a book donation about to schools, local schools, about diversity and inclusion, because this land of ours is a land of immigration. So we have to understand, about diversity and inclusion. And so we do that. But also this year, what was new in particular is we organized a panel discussion about a specific topic that is grief, mental health, and resilience. Um, the feedback that we got was that it was very insightful, very educational, and really the audience appreciated us opening their eyes in this very specific topic of grief, mental health, and resilience. And last but not least, we announced a book that was written. It was Mandla's story that was written, But it's not just to write about Mangla's story, it's to introduce a series of books will be related to that topic, grief, mental health, and resilience. So it's just a first of many to come.
And congratulations for the book. And I
Thank
think we
you.
don't talk enough about mental health and grief. And you mentioned that you also catering to new immigrants, and it's really important because with our culture, sometimes it's a culture of silence, and even as new immigrants are coming and trying to find their ways, navigate the Canadian landscape, sometimes it's hard. Maybe there is what they expected is not what the realities they see on the ground. So it's really important to have at least way to connect with people that can help us navigate those new maybe way of living, new ways of doing things, and everything is new. So sometimes it's really hard, and we meet from time to time immigrants, and it's hard adjusting. Things are different,
It's
and even
hard.
just even the weather. Yes, so
It
I'm
is
really,
very hard
yeah.
adjusting. It is very hard,
Yes.
and we that's what I was trying to have people understand during our panel. We not just that provide the services. We have to make sure that the services is culturally
Appropriate.
appropriate for those who benefit from the service, right? And you said it at the beginning of this question. Uh, Culture. We don't leave those experiences like grief or mental health the same because of who we are and where we are coming from. There's a nuance to have, so you cannot just say the service is over there, go and get it. Well, if I don't feel that culturally I am understood, I may not
Yeah.
come back. If I don't feel like he respects my boundaries culturally, I may not go back. So it's not just a matter of providing the services, it's to make it worth asking for the service and receiving it, right? So
Yeah. Definitely, definitely. So you said will be then one to many to start, programs. So maybe can you tell us about other initiatives that you're already doing? Because I know you, except the Chromebooks, the music, you also had poetry, and also I want just to highlight the fact that you were instrumental in starting to have the celebration of Black Month history in your community in Wood Buffalo.
yeah,
Can you tell
yes,
us a little bit more about that?
yes. The Black History was being celebrated, but not in a as a big of scale as it is right now. But when I would say 9 years ago, I had the idea to bring it to my school and to make it a huge event because as a teacher, I'm a teacher by trade. As a teacher, I've noticed that uh, our kids, Black kids, were feeling a certain kind of way in schools. So I wanted to do something that will celebrate us. And I was lucky that my administration approved. And it's been 9 years where we celebrate, being Black, and it's a huge celebration at my school, and it's now going around, and other schools are picking up and celebrating that. And this year, particularly in Fort McMurray, it was a huge celebration from organizations to schools to even non for profit. Like for the first time, it was celebrated in our college that we have here. Uh, but in my school, what I've heard with the parents, will come because we invite parents and we
Yes.
invite the superintendent and all of that in the community. The parents, the Black parents are very proud because it gives
Yeah.
their kids a sense of pride, right?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
and it's so inclusive. You'll see we'll have a fashion show. The staff dress up as Africans,
Yes,
and
I saw pictures. Yeah.
oh, it's beautiful. And the little kids, even though they are not African, they wear African clothing. And it's what I really wanted if it was for it to be educational. So we teach about the great things that we Black people bring to the mosaic of that is Canada, right? So yeah, and I'm just happy to see other schools celebrating Black History the way we did. Mm.
Yes, I've seen the pictures, and it's really awesome, like you said, to see even the Caucasian teachers, Canadian, wearing that. It was really beautiful. But maybe, I'm not so familiar with Fort McMurray. Is the demography similar to Edmonton, or what's the so people can understand then, the impact, of having something
Oh,
like that.
no, first of all, no, the demography is not as quite the same as Edmonton. We are a small community um, up north.
It's worth noting.
Yeah,
Yes.
we are 5 hours drive from Edmonton one way. So you can imagine we are not close to Edmonton. So yes, we have immigrants from different parts of the world, but not in terms of quantity, not as many as we will have in Edmonton. And yes, we had a couple of years ago our first black counselor in our municipality 3 years ago. So can you imagine? You can see that us black people have not been in those areas long enough. So, but we are with the education, with being present on the field, we are trying to move those barriers and to say, hey, yeah, we're here and we are building this community as well, right? So more representation. That's all what I always say, more representation.
Yes, definitely. And just want to again just congratulate you on the work you are doing, because it's just inspiring also other communities, other leaders, to do the same. And it's beautiful to see that. And no wonder you got those nomination, and we are really proud for you and happy for you.
Thank you.
Um, yes, women of inspiration for 23, 24, right? Yes.
One
So
of the
it's
women
worth.
of inspiration.
Yes,
One
one of
of,
them.
yeah.
One of them. Okay. Yes.
Hmm.
But at least, in this space that we are, so we just want to shine the spotlight, like we say, shine the light, because the Mandla Foundation, we see more and more, of course. The small, it's well known in Fort McMurray, but also you're starting to have more visibility in Edmonton, and also as an organization that, like we say, we're trying to amplify your voice here in
Absolutely.
Edmonton, trying to amplify, the good things you are doing, so everybody can get to know what the Mandla Foundation is and what you are doing and how you can help the community. So
Hmm.
we were talking about, some of the programs that you have,
Yeah.
before talking of the before talking about the Black Month history that you help, you know, um, implement the way it is done right now. So what are the other programs so people
Yeah,
know
but
that?
before going to the other program, if you don't mind, I would just want to
Yes.
say the Chromebook and the music instrument that we are not just, offering it to individuals. Organizations can also reach out to us if they have workshops, if they have programs that they're running and they need more tech tool or more music instrument, they can reach out to us and we do customized programs for whoever. We have a lot of them available in Edmonton, so we can just go ahead and have a package and we do partnerships, we do like again we rent things. So it's really open. We are very open in the way that we can conduct businesses with others. Other programs that we have uh, especially here in Fort Mac, we have the French Club, but also we can partner with people in Edmonton to have it there, the French Club, where we teach the skills. Me being a teacher, that's one of the skills that I have, which is the skills of speaking another language, which is French. And we have another program which is called the Poetry Night. So we're inspiring the youth to write, to express themselves, and to communicate their feelings. And mind you, being a teacher, I know how important poetry can be. I have students that It's through poetry that I was able to see where the issues were and to communicate that to the parent and say, hey, your child academically perfect kids, the dream kid for a teacher. However, reading their poetry, I think that you might want to start a conversation about this subject and this subject. So very rare of someone's,
Emotion.
inside, someone's emotions, someone's, feelings that are not always like, you know, and it allows people to be vulnerable and to
Yeah.
open up and to open up. So in the many years I've been, doing that, I've seen the other side of children that I will probably not have not seen, have I not, started the unit of poetry. So very important. And I just hope that the parents understand the community, how important it is, right? So yeah,
Wow. Yeah. I think it's underestimated what, like you
very
said, the
much. I can
expression,
tell you very
can do,
much.
how you can even release emotion in that way. And
Yeah.
so
And
what is the age group of those kids,
I
are
don't
they?
have an age group. Uh, the student that I have are usually 10 to 12, right? For
Okay.
the poetry. But we can teach poetry to 6 to 10.
Yes.
And we
Yeah.
can teach to teenagers, right? Me as an adult, I write poetry. And that helps me in my healing journey. So there's no limitation. You just have to adapt your teaching to the population that you have, right? Yeah.
Awesome. So you have it right there. The Mandla Foundation, is ready and open to connect with you, collaborate with you. Especially, she already talked about the Chromebook program. Sometimes organization do summer camps, or you have events, and you don't have enough devices to go around for the kids, or for the workshop, or even the workshop. So we have the phone number and the website, for the Mandla Foundation. So feel free to jot it down, to connect with Mireille, with her foundation, so you can procure yourself those tools that can help you maybe do better or service better your customers. She's in Fort McMurray, but she's also here in Edmonton. So we already
Yeah.
said that, and even the French club. So there's always a way, to do, because even as Acanea is also catering to francophones. So, we can maybe say a few words in French so people know that
Oui, bien
we are
sûr.
also.
Yeah, bien
Donc,
sûr. On peut servir la population en français autant qu'en anglais. Et que ce soit ces programmes-là de poésie ou de français, ils sont adaptables. Moi, je suis bilingue. Et donc, que ce soit une population francophone ou anglophone, j'ai pas de problème avec ça.
merci. Donc, vous avez entendu, donc la Fondation Mandla est là pour vous aider. Ils ont des services qui peuvent aider les nouveaux arrivants et même ceux qui sont là, et surtout les jeunes. Alors, si vous avez des besoins en instruments de musique, on peut vous accompagner avec ça. Si vous avez des besoins en termes de technologie, la Fondation Mandla peut aussi vous aider avec ça. Donc, prenez les numéros, prenez le website qui passe sur la bande en dessous de l'écran. Donc, vous pouvez donc les noter et vous pouvez contacter la Fondation.
Oui. Et si,
Oui.
par exemple, on a parlé des Chromebooks, on en a plus d'une cinquantaine à Edmonton, on a parlé des instruments de musique, piano, ukulélé, guitare, on a même des tables du DJ, des speakers et plein de choses. Il faut juste nous contacter pour qu'on essaye de voir avec vous de quoi vous avez besoin, hein. Une autre chose aussi, si vous avez une population jeune, que vous soyez une association culturelle ou une organisation, et vous voulez implémenter ce concept de poésie et vous ne savez pas quoi faire, contactez-moi, puis on peut travailler ensemble, puis pour créer quelque chose pour vous, pour que je vous guide, pour que je vous assiste, things like that.
Voilà. Merci, parce que nos enfants en ont besoin. Il faut les emmener dans la culture. Ça fait partie aussi de leur développement. Donc, voilà. So we're just gonna, you know, keep delving in this conversation. And now I just want to ask you, with everything that the Mandla Foundation has been able to do so far and your journey, how has this journey impacted your own life? Your own life, and also where do you see the Mandla Foundation, I don't know, in 5 years, 3 years, what are your plans, if I may?
Uh, how did the Mandela's Foundation impacted my life? Well, uh, when I was introducing myself, I said that the Mandela Foundation was created after a tragedy, and the tragedy I mentioned was the loss of my own daughter. So, creating this organization to honor her memory has led me to go on a journey, a healing journey. And being on that healing journey, because I wanted to turn things into, from negative to positive, it helped me see the positive, a more positive side of life. Being being able to help helped me. Being able to assist others helped me. So that's how the organization impacted my life. Now, where do I see the foundation going in
Right.
the couple of next years? I i wish to go more to the field of resilience. I am thinking about creating programs in that order. Things are
Space, yeah.
in the works, but we are not there yet. But soon we will create those programs, because again, grief is a very isolated space. Grieving, mental issue, especially when you are from the communities that we are from. So that's why that was the vision with this month last thing. And like I said, the book also, because the books that are coming, Mount Last Story was just the thread, you know,
Okay.
relying the books that are coming. But I'm working on books where we will talk about grief and the
Okay.
many ways, depending on what relation we had with the person, how we live our grief. And I want to remind people we don't experience it the same. So those books will help people understand it, see themselves, because we all facing these kind of tragedies, and maybe enlighten others. When you are in your space of grief, you don't always understand the other person not grieving the way you do. So I'm hoping that these coming books will help in that manner. But alongside that, we will create program to help build our resilience. Yes, there's grief. Yes, mental health comes from that grief, but we can see a brighter side. And that's what I want to accompany and focus and help people get. Because I feel like I was able to not I can never move past what happened, but I can try to see a brighter side of things. And I will be able to offer that to other people as well.
Awesome. Outstanding. I love your story because like you said, grief is really isolated. And the fact that you are now able to come out and speak more about it and how you are even helping people, because now you were in a panel, you talked about mental health, resilience, and it's much needed in our community. So it's also good to know that you're becoming a resource, because people can come to you and even maybe facilitate workshops where you can share something that you've been yourself through and can help people also go through the same path. Of course, it might be different because people live it differently, but at least inspiring, like a beacon of light, a beacon of hope for somebody, knowing that, okay, I went through this, but I can turn my tragedy into a triumph. I can turn my tragedy in something where I can even, it becomes a calling, if I can put it that way.
Absolutely. A new
Yes,
purpose. That's my new
yes,
purpose. Yeah. Yeah.
yes, yes.
And that if I'm doing it, because I've not done it yet, it's not in the past. If I'm doing it, then other people can, you know.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much, Mireille. And just, want to just say the few last words because we don't want to take too much of your time. But just, as an entrepreneur, because it's a social enterprise, but, with everything that you're doing, what can you say to somebody who's, maybe looking into getting into even entrepreneurship, either for like a social enterprise or even for profit? What can you tell people? Because you're still on the journey, but the fact that you, even despite the challenges, you started something you didn't even know that will be the way it is today. But what can you tell someone that is aspiring, that's doubting themselves, or because we're here to also inspire entrepreneurs, like we said, we want to just elevate the foundation of Black, professionals, the Black entrepreneurs. So what can you tell somebody with the experience that you gained through all this journey?
First of all, if you have a calling, if you have a passion, go for it. There's always naysayers. Oh, you can't. Oh, it's difficult. Oh, you won't be able to. Hey, you will not know if you don't try it. So go for it. And even if you fall, those are life lessons, right? Life lesson that you can apply not only in the entrepreneurial space, but also in life in general. Um, I've had naysayers, but that won't stop me. I do what I feel like I need to do. And also know that if you embark in an entrepreneurial journey, you'll have to work hard. So this is not for those who are complacent and okay to be, like, oh, he's too hard. No, it's meant to be hard. Uh, and you probably know we don't have weekends. We don't have night shift. We don't have
Yeah.
vacation because even during vacation you have your phone and your computer and you still working. Uh,
Yes.
yeah, the family time is very reduced because we are working on these things. So uh, prepare yourself physically and mentally, and know that only you can stop you, right? Only you can stop you. So, and if you don't want to be stopped, then you know what to do. You have to work and work harder, and know that reaching out, it's a skill. So if you don't know something, reach out, call somebody. I've seen that person. Wow, maybe I can reach out and ask for help, for something. I was a shy person, but with this organization, I learned not to be shy anymore. If I need something, I'll get it. I'll call until I get it.
I'll trust you on that.
Oh yeah, I'll make the phone calls. I'll present myself in front of you and say, "Hey, this is my situation. How can you help?" And yeah, we are the one limiting ourselves. Nobody else can if you don't allow them, right? So yeah, the
Thank you,
sky is
Mireille.
the
Thank you.
limit. Mm.
Yes, you can be, dare to dream, to
Dare to
destroy
dream.
my,
Yeah, yeah,
yes, my one of my words is dare, dare in 2024, it's up to you. You can be all you
exactly,
can be. Yes. So dare to dream.
exactly.
Thank you so much for these words of wisdom. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. So with that, today we will conclude our first edition where we wanted to have the Mandla Foundation. But if you're a member of Acanea, please reach out because membership has its privilege, so we can shine the light on you, shine the light on you. We want just to, amplify your voice out there in the community, connect you with our audiences. So stay tuned for more because we want to do it every month, once every month, where we want to bring different partners, different members. So reach out to us, in a little bit, you'll see all of our social handles and you know how to contact us through our website, www.acanea.ca. You can then and join us. Thank you again for your time. Please share, like, with somebody and, put the word out.
And reach out for these programs. They're here for
Yeah.
the community. We have them. Use them.
Yes, please. With that, stay blessed and stay tuned for more.
Comment c'était?
Voilà, machin. Non, non, c'est bon. Tu sais que je n'ai même plus regardé mes questions.
Oui, mais moi-même, j'étais comme, OK, let's go.